Hey guys, it's Adi here with Geek on Gadgets, and we have a hands-on with the latest Windows 10 technical preview for phones build, which is build 100.5.1. So this is the most recent build, and it's the build that went out to most devices out there. So this build should run on almost any device, any Lumia device, sorry, except for the Lumia 930 and the Lumia Icon. So you can have this running on your 15, 25, 20, 620, whatever. It also probably won't run on the 640 XL from what I believe. So taking a quick rundown of what's new in this build, there's a bunch of new apps that have been replaced. So we have a new People app, we have the Project Spartan browser, we have a new phone dialer app, a new messaging app, new Outlook Mail and Outlook Calendar apps. There's a new Universal Maps app, and besides that, there's a bunch of little minor tweaks and changes. There's some changes in the multitasking view, and there's also changes in the notification center itself. So we'll get into those one by one. So starting from the notification center itself, you can see there's a new icon on the notification center itself, and it's a different looking icon than we had before. They're more of some just black and white plain icons with very transparent, very simple icons that just look a lot cleaner and nicer on the phone. So besides the actual notification icon changes, we have, as mentioned, the new People app hub. So the old People hub is found still in the settings app list under People Legacy, but you don't want that. We want the new People Hub, which you can see right here has a whole new look to it and actually shows your contacts in a much smaller text font, which is honestly, I'm very welcoming of this because of my contacts have really long names, and it's very difficult sometimes to tell their names apart when they would be cut off in the old People Hub. So picking a random contact will show you their phone number and information, and as you'll notice here in the upper right hand corner, it has an alpha sign on it showing that this is the alpha build of the Contacts app. It's a very early build app. It also is very buggy, so I don't recommend this as your personal hub app, and as you can see, it just crashed right there. So if we just pop back into it, sorry, this is the old People Hub, and this is the new one right here. And over here showing none, we have what's new, which is where you're updating, no news to share there, and groups, which would be your favorites. You can add people or name groups from here, and you can, in these settings, just normal settings, your added accounts, and set contact by first name or last name, and import from SIM. So that's pretty much it for the People Hub. Moving on to the more interesting one, the browser, Project Spartan. It's very unstable currently. Honestly, it's not rendering many sites. I've tried a couple sites, they didn't work. CNN.com didn't even work for me. But here's the Microsoft site, which works fine. And I was actually able to run an HTML5 testing site. So if we hit those three buttons right there, you'll see we have tabs or hub. Hub is where you have your favorites, recent, and reading lists. So we have recent or history right here, and we have reading lists for things you've saved later, all conveniently placed under the hubs. And we have tabs, so the other tab, we just hit new tab, and HTML5 test right here, and it'll run a test, and it scores 374 out of 555, which, and you're using Project Spartan on Nokia Lumia 630 running on Windows 10.0, which is absolutely correct. So besides Project Spartan, which there honestly isn't much we can do with right now, there's also the phone app. The phone app has also been redesigned, and you can see even the notification alert things have been redesigned, but they need some working out as some text overlays over others. As you can see here, there's barely any gaps between the SIM error and the word beneath it. So anyways, here we have the phone app, which you have your recent contacts here, speed dial, and the actual dial pad with a very annoying dial tone. I absolutely hate it, honestly. And you have the call button down here in nice big blue. Of course, I can't call anything since I don't have a SIM in the phone. You have the voicemail, and we can access the People Hub from here, which will open the new People Hub to search for contacts. And we can have select calls, blocked calls, and settings for it. Also changed is the messaging hub in this build. So we have the messaging hub here has the same circular profile icons next to them as you can see in the contacts, and this is how threads look. I'm personally not a big fan of this black right here since it's barely visible, but I mean, oh well, hopefully it'll be fixed. As you might have noticed down here, we have the option to call the contact directly from the messaging hub, which is pretty useful. I like that a lot. We have the option to mute, delete, select, block, and provide feedback, which we'll be doing. In case you're wondering, the Office apps, the full Office apps with the editing and full Word document processing is not available in this build. However, something some parts of them are available if you go to the Outlook Mail app, which is the new Outlook app. And it's based off one of the apps that Microsoft bought recently. It has the new, layout inbox and sliding to organize. So you can slide to the left to delete an email, or slide to the right to set as a flag. So on the right hand side over here, you have your inbox, drafts, sent items, and you can quickly switch between your mail and calendar, which is really useful over here. But what I want to actually show you is the actual mail composition. So if we hit new mail, this can take a while. So here I have a new mail format, whatever, and you'll notice we have some things. We have these 3 dots here, which are for cut, copy, and paste. So it takes into fact that people are editing their emails with heavy, maybe copying links, sending pictures, whatever. So you can quickly do that from here. You can also, and this is the most interesting part for me, is format the email. So this has like almost the full word options here. You have the option to bold, italic, underline, strike out. You can choose your font, which are almost all the fonts from Windows, from Microsoft Word. You can choose your font size. You can highlight, font color, clear formatting, font formatting, bullets, numbering, indentation, special indentations, lines, and even heading styles, which are the ones you might know from the Microsoft Word ribbon, where you have styles for writing. So if we put intense quotes here, and sorry, I don't have the drag enabled. So hello. So I think that's a really cool feature in the Mail app. Now, as mentioned, we can actually use the Mail app to navigate back into the new Calendar app. So if we just go down here and hit the toggle button to the calendar, it will open the new Outlook Calendar app, which is also a completely new app based off another app that Microsoft also purchased. And it's kind of confusing to run through the layout of the Calendar app, but basically if you tap up here, on the top of where it says the weekly numbers, you'll have drag it down a bit, you'll have quick access to the monthly view, and from here you can easily pick a date. Once you pick a date, it'll expand here and you can see your full info about that. And you can edit it, save, close, delete, and you can set your reminder timings and private. You can also go to the people and see which people are included in this certain event. And in case you're wondering what this little smiley face over here is, that's the feedback and support forum. So if you click here, it'll send you to the place where you can add feedback about the Outlook app or calendar, or just options and suggestions. So that's pretty cool. The final main app that's been revamped in this release is the new Maps app, which is a new fully built from the bottom universal app. And I haven't noticed much difference in it, except for the fact that now it uses your information that you set in Bing, or in Cortana, to change what type of favorites show. So if you see here, if I zoom in here, you'll see right there, that is my work. So it has a little briefcase over there, and if I head over here, favorites are in big orange things. Just get rid of that. As you can see, it is still very stubborn. There's my home location. You can see it has a nice little home icon there, which is pretty cool. You can hit that to toggle your location. You have aerial or traffic view, and here you can switch between 3D and 2D view. So not much going on there. It has the directions navigation built into it. I don't know if it works in all areas. I haven't actually had a chance to try it yet, but I assume it works best in the US. Now, the other major change in this build is the multitasking differences. So the multitasker has been revamped. However, the multitasker that you might have seen online is only available on the Lumia 1520 at the time, I believe. So here we have the similar multitasking as we have on my Lumia 930 here. The main difference being, of course, that here we're going from the right to the left, here we're going from the left to the right for some reason. And we also have the name of the app up top, and you can still slide down to get rid of it. The new multitasking is also available in landscape mode, which means that I can swipe through them this way. If you have the 1520, you might actually have the landscape multitasking mode, where you have a bunch of little tiles, which can you can view up to, I believe, 6 open apps at once on your screen, which could be pretty useful. Now, there are still a couple things missing in this build. For example, the new Office apps. There's Project Spartan needs a lot of work. Cortana is still very let's say unproductive. Bluetooth interactions with Cortana have been disabled in this build, but Cortana itself right now isn't playing very nice, and it's kind of expected since still alpha on the Windows 10, but I still overall, I wouldn't recommend using this build of Windows 10 on your daily driver yet. Sure, it does bring a lot more features, but it's still not stable enough to be used as your daily driver unless you can actually, live with a lot of lag and just random crashes. So that's pretty much it for the overview of build 151. I'm sure I missed a couple things, but what can you do? Hope you guys found this useful. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys around the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.